The machine that is Manchester City at it again. 4 goals at Craven Cottage. 2 games to play. They win them both. They are Premier League titles for the 4th time in a row. The first time he's scored 2 goals in his career. He's the hero, and here he is, Josko Vardiol.
Josko, congratulations. Another great performance from you. Another 2 goals as well. Talk us through the first one. 19 passes in the build-up. You must have been delighted when you saw the net ripple.
Yeah, first of all, thank you. Yeah, another great performance, not just from me, from team as well. It was very, very difficult, but today we showed again who we are and what we are ready for.
2 goals for you today. And right at the end, when your team win a penalty, it looked like you were given the opportunity for a hat-trick. Were you offered to take the penalty?
Yeah, another 2 goals, happy. And, of course, clean sheet, happy as well. We were discussing about me taking a penalty, but I said that, yeah, of course, I would like to take it, but we know who is a taker, he takes. So at the end, it was a coolie and happy for him to score a goal.
You hadn't scored in your first 32 appearances for Man City, but it's now 5 goals in 7 games. Have you been doing anything differently to work on that?
No, I just think that that's normally sport in sports. So currently I'm in a good form, and end of the season is coming. 3 more finals, so yeah, we got to be ready.
Well, you're 2 points clear at the top of the table. How are you managing the pressure at this stage?
No, as I said many times, we just need to be focused on ourselves and keep going that way.
How much are you talking as a team about goal difference right now, because you've narrowed it with Arsenal?
Yeah, of course that we talk about it, and as you can see, we are trying to get there, but it's not easy because Arsenal have a quality as well, and they are doing quite well as well. And
it's Tottenham up next on Tuesday night. How are you all feeling ahead of that one then?
Yeah, another final. I played only once there. It was also difficult, and hopefully it's going to be a good game, good day for us again.
Well done today. You are today's man of the match. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done.
I think he was a little surprised at that as well. Well, as Tim was saying earlier on, when you play for Manchester City, with the greatest respect to him in his first season, you don't get too many man of the match awards, do you? So he'll take that one. 5 goals in 7 games. City were 3-0 up. The game was won, and then we saw the red card, the second yellow card, the red card, and a clear penalty.
Clear penalty. 2 substitutes. Diop. There you see Lewis getting in behind, gets his body across. And Diop just dives in. Alvarez gets in front of him clearly, and it's a bad foul. He nearly injures the guy. He just realises it's a penalty. He realises he's the penalty taker, so he jumps up pretty quick, got the ball off Guardiola, and took it. This is the conversation. What Guardiola there said they talked about. No, it's not my job. Okay, it's Alvarez's job. We do it. That's the business. That's the business we're in, the winning business. It's not about sentiment. It's not about that shenanigans, what we saw at Stamford Bridge with the Chelsea players, where it was all about themselves. This is about the team and the team only at Man City. And that was the correct decision and the correct outcome. And this could go to goal difference. There's 2 in it now. That could make the difference.
It's just your romantic side coming out, you see, just clouding the issue when you're going for a Premier League title.
I know he's in a bit of a hot streak at the minute, Guardiola, but when is he ever going to get an opportunity to score a hat-trick ever in the Premier League? And I understand what you're correct what you're saying, not disagreeing what you're saying, but there's a bit of a fairy tale, like for a full-back, a centre-half playing at left-back to score a hat-trick in the Premier League.
You imagine he stood up, missed the penalty, goes to goal difference.
He's not missing the penalty.
He would rather have a Premier League winners' medal than a hat-trick ball.
I'm just playing devil's advocate if I was just Guardiola. But
I don't think you're playing it very well, so we'll move on.
Sorry.
Julian Alvarez wasn't going to miss his penalty.
As you said, you both said, you've got a World Cup winner to take the penalty. It's not like you're stepping aside for the other full-back to take it. It's a top player. And Haaland's probably raging he was taken off at this stage, but Alvarez steps up and puts the penalty away with total sublime confidence.
What about Gvardiol's finish in the first half? The first goal that just settled the nerves after 12 minutes with his weaker foot.
So good. He pushes high to keep the fullback, and he's in this position, Steve, so he opens up space for the likes of Foden in that area because he's taking the fullback wide Castagna doesn't know what to do, and he drives inside, plays a brilliant 1-2, great pull off the left foot of Kevin De Bruyne. And as he's moving across there, Leno has to go to his left-hand side. And when he's shifting across, he tucks it back into the far corner. But he's there for a reason, not because he wants the ball and go down the line and cross that in for someone. He's dragging people out of that hole. That's exactly why he's there. And he plays the 1-2. There's the hole, what he's created himself. And it's very difficult for a goalkeeper to shift direction, Shay, no?
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish. I mean, again, we talk about a centre-half playing left-back, but he looked like a striker there. He's so calm in front of the goal. And as you say, just shifts it left and then right. And it's a fantastic finish.
And then this was almost in the centre-forward position at the back post.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know some people like him or not. I actually do like him. Tim might think differently, but there's a set play coach at Man City. Yeah. But look at Bernardo Silva in the left-hand picture of the screen. He's like pretending he's not interested. He's walking away, he's not interested. Yeah. But what that does, if a 2v1 outside here, with Traore, now Iwobi gets attracted to the 2v1, but the whole plan all along is to free up Bernardo Silva in the edge of the box. Look at the much space he has on the edge of the box, Steve. And he's got Guardiola and Akanji around the back. Thing against the Brojan, a striker who's obviously not a defender. It's a brilliant ball in from Silva, and again, it's a decent finish because he's really stretching for Guardiola and gets his goal.
I like set piece coaches. I just think they shouldn't be seen; they should be heard. Unlike the Arsenal one.
And as I say, since April, they're 5 in 7 for Guardiola. That's the first time he's scored 2 in a game in his career. It certainly isn't for Phil Foden, who's now scored 12 Premier League goals in his last 12 Premier League games and 25 in 50 in all competitions this season.
Well, I know he's just recently got the Writers' Player of the Year in this country, and I think for me he's probably Players' Player of the Year as well. Again, it gets a bit of luck, Steve. It sort of breaks to him. But again, this is on his weaker right foot. You know, if this is... I used to play up front when I was in school, but you know, if this felt Tim's weaker, say, left foot on the edge of the box, I would say Tim would probably manoeuvre it onto his right foot. But Phil Foden knows exactly where the goal is. The goal never moves. Look at the space you give one of the most dangerous players in the Premier League. He's got the freedom of the cottage there, perhaps, and just he knows where the goal is, Tim. It's a brilliant finish. It's
a brilliant finish. Here's his first time. He gives Leno absolutely no chance. Robinson dives in to Bernardo Silva. He opens up the space. See, when they drive from wide areas, they drive right to the heart of the defence, and they know that any ricochet, any loose ball just falls. They hit it first time. It's not only him, it's all these guys. I mean, even we've seen the defenders doing it now. But when you're Kevin De Bruyne and you're Phil Foden, it must be delightful to know you got the reference, the governor of Rodri, just sitting in behind you and making you tick. Just gives the ball to him. He just passes over the time. Amazing footballer, but that guy is, I agree with Shay, he's player of the season in the Premier League this year.
They've won 7 in a row in the Premier League. They know 2 more and they're champions. I mean, it sounds not a lot, but the way they're playing with this momentum.
Yeah, momentum is probably the right word, Steve, and confidence and belief, and I say we talked about pressure in the studio, but it feels like they're playing with no pressure. And of course, they're human beings. There must be pressure going on between their ears. Of course, that's natural. But again, their performances and the way they play, and again, it's the control they have in every single game. No, they know they'll score another goal, they'll create a chance of. The thing that struck for me, Traore came on at half-time for Fulham, and he was the danger at the start of the second half, and I thought, you know, Pep might change this up, because Guardiola was still their outlet. And Pep was like, no, we're here to win, we need the second goal. And he still kept telling Guardiola to go on and left Traore. Yeah. So his job, the manager was like, no, I don't care about him. We're on the front foot, we want to get the second goal to kill the game off.
He never takes a backward step. You're absolutely right what you're saying. You think, oh, there might be a threat. But what he wanted to do is just play on the front foot all of the time. He plays all the cards. He never lets a manager dictate to him, the governor of a manager, the best coach we've ever seen in the Premier League.
And that's why his team are 33 games in all competitions unbeaten. They've won again today, and here he is, Pep Guardiola.
Pep, if your players, if your squad feel any pressure in these circumstances, they don't show it. The way you won last week against Wolves and the way you've won again today give you great confidence for the games ahead.
Yeah, the great players enjoy to play with a great pressure, and this group of players for many years have done it. So we are in the last stages. We have the final. So our dream is, we talked a few years ago to when it was. They lost against Aston Villa and our destiny is in our hands. We decided, okay, the dream has arrived. The last game against West Ham at home, the destiny, belonging to us. We made a really good job. In the first 10 minutes we struggled because, of course, intensity, how they defend, aggressive. But after when Kova, Bernie and Rodri make a long action with a lot of passes. The game was calmed down, and we scored a fantastic goal with Josko. Like, could have signed the best winger in the planet. So, really pleased for the performance. We concede few, we create chances, and now recover, come back to Manchester and recover, and in a few days come back here to London and play the final. This is absolutely the final that we have to try to retain our title.
He looks relaxed, and he's got so much trust in these players. That was really interesting. We said they like playing with this pressure.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned finals as well before the game, and his namesake Guardiola mentioned it in his interview, and then Guardiola's mentioned it again, cup finals. They've got 3 cup finals before today. Now there's 2 cup finals, of course. And again, Tottenham for me is still a big stumbling block. I know they've lost the last 4, I think it is, but it's still a big question mark on, because they've not got a great record at Tottenham.
They did win there in the FA Cup this year.
Yeah, I know, but it was a 1 goal, and it was probably a Vicario mistake, and it wasn't convincing. It wasn't the Man City we know. And for whatever reason, you know yourself, Tim, some games and some stadiums, there's always you always struggle there for some reason, and that stadium is obviously White Hart Lane, whatever it's called now.
No, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Thank you, Steve.
White Hart Lane shut 4 years ago. Keep up. Talking of Tottenham, they are our next focus in Goal Rush.